Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me on this special episode of Future of Jobs. Uh, Today we have Ms. Simone Call to talk about various job search techniques and tips to score your next interview. She's a business HR business coach and author with over 30 years of leadership, coaching, mentoring experience. She has held leadership with some of the finest brands in India like Dell, EMC, TCS, and Tata Infotech. She has authored two books, of which the Growth Hacking Book 2 is the best seller on Amazon. She has been honored by ISB Goldman Sachs for Best Business Plan Award, recognized as HR Influencer by Women Innovator. She is on advisory board of HR Success Talk and platform subscribed by over 1 lakh HR professionals. She has been part of various HR business communities and mentored various leaders over the course of her career. Saloni, thank you so much for joining me on this special episode. I'm sure candidates can learn a lot from your massive and vast experience. You've been there, done that. You had a massive experience, throughout your career, especially in HR. You've helped various women as well. You know, uh, See, with this future of job, what I'm trying to do is to help various job seekers, give them a platform wherein they can obviously learn about new techniques, they can learn about new things that are going on in the market. uh, Obviously, I'm trying to give them job as well through various through my LinkedIn page, through my Facebook page, so just trying to do my two bits basically here. uh, so it's an honor for me, to have you here on this episode. We'll jump
Thank you
straight
so
into it. I wanted to talk about the first question that I actually wanted to talk to you about is the job search strategies. There are a lot of strategies obviously that are there out there in the market. A lot of people are trying so many things. What I think, what according to you is, various channels that one can go through. What are the strategies one somebody can employ?
Okay. So, when people are looking for jobs, they have their own personal reasons, right?
Hmm.
And it varies from person to person. Apart from the fact that for somebody, it is, for most people, jobs are a source of livelihood. But for
Absolutely.
some, it could be that they don't have a job, so they are looking for one. Or they have one, but they are looking for one which has a better work life balance. Or they're looking at probably changing their fields, or they want something which is new or better than what
Hmm.
they are, currently employed with. Or maybe they want something which has more flexible options
Hmm.
because the times have changed, or somebody is a new parent, wants to work from home, stuff like that. So basically, any good job search strategy, what is the key? The key here is to getting the job that you want.
Absolutely.
And obviously, when we have like the ideal job in mind,
Hmm.
right, looking for that kind of a job will be tough, right? Because it's not that you will get exactly the same job that you are looking at. And you will need to put in a lot of time and energy to look for that job. But if you can follow certain strategies and you can probably lay out that, okay, this is the way I'm going to look for before we actually start hunting for jobs, it will help you stay focused and productive. And this is really what I feel is a good job search strategy. And therefore it is challenging because there's a lot of competition out there, and sometimes you will not get what you want, and you really have to stick it out, right? Like, so many people are looking for jobs these
Absolutely.
days for whatever reasons. Especially, we've seen the year go by with many many layoffs happening. But once it's like now it's a new start, it's a fresh start. Okay. So foremost, the number one thing is you should know what you want, because sometimes we take up a job and then we find that, oh, this is not what I wanted. Hota hai, sometimes you have this feeling, oh, this is not what I signed up for, or this is not what I really wanted. So it's important that you understand the job, not that you're going to, probably you're changing fields. Even if you're not changing your field, but if it is, what type of a job are you really looking at? Is it part-time, is it full-time, is it a remote job, is it a freelance, is it a combination of on-site or remote? And what type of a company do you work for? So over so many years, when people wanted to look for a job, I used to ask them, why are you looking for a job change? Because the reason is important, because if there is a reason which a new job is going to satisfy, then it makes sense. Now, most of the times people would say, I'm changing my job because I don't like my manager.
Hmm.
So the reason is, so I said, how does a new job, how do you know that in your new job you will find a manager that you will really like working with? So you
Absolutely.
have to do something within yourself to be able to um, stay productive and
Mm,
give results in your current job.
mm,
Because, you know, when you go out and search for a job, you know, even the recruiters or the prospective hiring managers will want to see what is the value, what are your achievements, what have you done which makes you a good candidate, so that they give you that, you know,
absolutely.
option of, you know, they basically hire you. So you want to know exactly what do you enjoy doing, what are you good at, and how specifically you can create value, so that the other hiring manager or the recruiter says, yes, you are the guy, and we, you know, selected you, shortlisted you, and now here's the offer letter. So what you want really, it starts from all there, right?
Then of course you
um,
go to the next step and kind of talk about the strategy, and it's like, knowing yourself, because a lot of the I see people, in today's this thing wherein people say that, look, I'm enjoying this work from home so much that I wish this were to continue forever. There are some people that I, call them up for a job and said, no boss, I do not want work from home at all. I'm really bored. I really want to get back to office. I really want to, see my colleagues, mingle with them. I really miss those coffee breaks and sutta breaks, like we all say in Indian parlance, so there are two kinds of people, absolutely, to the whole theory. So, yes, you're absolutely right. That's the first step, I guess.
so that's the first step basically, and then once you know what you want and your resume, and of course then you have, you know, you looked up, you know that, so you're looking out where do you, so let's look at first your own, you know, preparation, you know, is your resume, is it you know, covering your achievements, you know, sample of work, is it really highlighting, you know, the best part of your work? Now most of the time when you start applying to organizations, and especially if it's an IT organization or an organization that is using some kind of tools like, you know, your automated, you know, or applicant tracking systems, for
ATS,
example,
of course.
and yeah, ATS. So you need to make sure that, you know, your application has those keywords, because that is how it's going to pick up, right? So you know, the HR is not going to look through every CV. It's going to simply put it into through the system, and the system is going to sift. So the
Absolutely.
keywords that are relevant, you know, to your role, to your title, industry, make sure that in any online application you're basically taking care of that.
Matching with the
And
JD, I think, of course, is another very important criteria. Just pick up those
mhm,
keywords from the JD and then, of course, put it across at the CV. Can
yeah,
probably help the person.
right, right, right. And then, you know, once your CV reaches, actually looks, some human is looking at it, whether
Hmm.
it's the hiring manager or the recruiter, they're going to look at your CV, and probably they're looking for signs that yes, you are interested, whether it's your cover letter or you have researched the company, this company that you've applied for. And uh, so when, you know, it's like you have selected, you know, you have selected which companies you really want to apply to. So from a very broad base, you've come down to a narrow defined, you know, group of companies. And once you applied, once, you know, you have you customized your resume, you customize your cover letter, it should be able to tell the hiring manager, whosoever is looking at your application, that why do you want to work for this company and in this role, and what is it that they will stand to gain if they hire you. Okay, so that's another, you know, I mean, that's important to get, you know, take care of. Now, and now that most of the times today, you know, we are meeting people online, yeah, virtual, and you know, how are you really networking with them? So I feel that there's one very great thing that you can do while you are, you know, online, and especially if you are looking for a job, then LinkedIn is the right place to go and optimize your
Of
LinkedIn
course.
profile. There are so many people out there, like the recruiters out there, the hiring managers are there. You know, when you do come to know about, let's say, an opening, and you want to know some more information, you could actually ask for, you know, informational, you know, meets, like, you know, can I just, you know, have 15-20 minutes of your time to understand a little more about, you know, this job or the company, or what kind of people are you hiring.
Hmm.
uh, it's a way to expand your network also. It's a very effective job strategy because mostly people are not doing it. So if you are the only candidate who actually went out and asked for some more information about the job to really assess whether this is the right job for you,
Hmm.
Most people will say, okay, these are 20 jobs, let's just apply it in one go. But then if you're asking for some more information to really assess that, is this the right job for me? And am I the right person for it? So this makes you little, you stand out and they say,
More
okay, this guy,
targeted that way as well.
yes, exactly, more targeted. So trying to reach out to somebody, let's say via LinkedIn or via email to see that if they can give you, about 15, 20, or probably even 30 minutes, whether face to face or over, or in virtual, whichever ways. But you have those specific questions that you want to really understand. And then you say, okay, yes. So, that shows your confidence to be able to go and ask for information and, move forward with it.
So I think
Okay. And
I think what you're saying probably is that once you're more targeted in your approach, once you know what you're looking for, then instead of just going through volume of jobs or maybe say any job portal, you'll probably pick out those jobs, and then obviously once you kind of say, suppose if you're looking at TCS as one of your target companies, then you can
hmm,
probably go to say LinkedIn, find out who's the hiring manager for TCS for your area, and then probably try and connect with him. It also shows to the HR person that okay, this guy is serious. He's taking the effort to actually, not just kind of sending the CV through maybe pile and piles of CV, but he's actually making the effort to connect with me, talk to me, understand the
exactly.
details, and in a way, I'll tell you. I mean, being a recruiter myself as well, of course, it's very difficult to find out candidates who are genuinely looking out and who are keenly kind of actively following up with you. A lot of times, candidates also are like that. They don't really bother, at times. So as an HR manager, you are also looking out for somebody who's actually and keenly looking out and obviously understands the job role. So it's like matching both the parties together basically.
Exactly. Yeah. It needs to be a good fit. And when
Absolutely.
you reach out, what you're basically doing is you are trying to gain information
Hmm.
and you're also trying to create a new contact.
Hmm.
Yeah. It serves two purposes when you do that. So it's a
Absolutely.
it's a great way. It's a great way to highlight yourself. It's a great way to build a connection. And even if that profile was not what you're looking at,
Hmm.
right? Remember, we want to first know that is this the right profile for me, and
Hmm.
that's basically why you're wanting to understand before you even apply for it.
Absolutely.
And and then since so we all use job portals of different kinds, right? But firstly, I would say that it's very important to get your LinkedIn profile in order,
Hmm.
because many recruiters or most recruiters are on LinkedIn, and it's likely that your profile is going to be viewed by any prospective employer, especially when you're commenting on their post or you're saying that yes, I want to apply for this job, because today's
Hmm.
recruiters will put out a posting, I'm looking for this person. So
Hmm.
they check out your profile, and therefore your profile has to make the required impact. And so most people will not have all their sections filled in on
Hmm.
LinkedIn. So make sure that you have filled in as many sections as possible. You have a professional pic, most important.
Absolutely.
It shouldn't be an informal one. It should
Hmm.
not be you in the swimming pool or you in probably on vacation. It should
Absolutely.
be a professional pic, and it should really depict, right, your personality. And it should maintain the kind of image that the recruiter is looking for, that I want somebody who looks like this, or rather who comes from this kind of a professional background. So right, the right professional pick is like the first thing that people look at, right? It's
Absolutely.
also the first thing when you appear in person, when they
True.
look at you and they actually they make an impression. It's a quick thing, 6 seconds, and already your impression is created. So a pick is
Everything
very.
going virtual, any which way is the first impression now is going to be virtual as well. So everybody is going to, in fact, there are a lot of companies which actually go through your social media profiles, not just LinkedIn, but even Facebook and other this thing as well before they actually hire you. So it's very important to know what you're projecting, and what you should be projecting out to the employer. Very true, very right, rightly said.
Right. And then you have your headline, right? You have a
Hmm.
little summary. So just make sure that you are projecting, you using the right words, because that's what should click with the person, especially when you're looking for a job, right?
Hmm.
So whosoever looks at your profile is able to quickly, without actually going through the entire things, yes, this is the right person, and then they go forward. If the headline doesn't click, then they don't go forward. So the headline is very important. So you are using the right words there, to showcase who you are and what you do, and uh, and then make sure that you have your employment history, you've added the skills. So imagine there's a job requirement, like you said, there's a JD or there's a requirement. Make sure that you have the right skills uploaded, you have the right skills showcased in your
Mm,
LinkedIn profile, because that's what the recruiter, the online recruiter, is going to actually look at. And then once you've completed your profile, then make sure you keep it updated. Sometimes we don't do that at all.
mm.
I remember when I started my own LinkedIn profile way back, and this was in the year way back 20 years ago, the year
Long time
2000.
ago.
So it was very exciting because this was a professional platform. We didn't have any professional
Mm,
platform before. And I said, okay, this is great, and let me put up my profile, let me put up my achievements, let me just showcase what I have done. And I have always maintained that. And it's easy once you have put up there, then it's easy to maintain it. And LinkedIn also keeps changing. They keep creating new sections, and there's something called all star. If your profile is all star, it means that you
mm,
have everything covered. So they'll say, okay, your profile is now all star, so just
true.
make sure that you are doing the necessary. And of course, when you want to show up and you want to be in the top of the mind of other people, especially recruiters, then make sure that you are sharing posts and updates on LinkedIn. You're commenting and interacting on other people's posts, and not just saying that I want to apply for this position, but also kind of give a para as to why you are,
Mm,
what's your idea. And you can even ask questions, and that's a great way. Most of the times we are posting comments, but you can also ask questions, which means that you want to know more. And that's a great way to put a comment, because you're not sharing a knowledge, you're just asking a
mm,
question,
absolutely.
and that also gets highlighted.
Yeah. So, that actually brings me to one thing that I really wanted to ask you about is the business networking aspect, of job search. So, if you could really share, like, how one could do it without being sleazy, without being, uh, too too much crowding somebody, or being uh, I don't want to use the word, but just being classy and kind of do networking that way.
Hmm. So again, job search and networking kind of go hand in hand if you want to use it as a strategy. So do
Mm,
take advantage. I think it's important to take advantage of networking opportunities when they come up in the form of, let's say, some kind of events where you're meeting a lot of people, and you could actually, it could lead you to some leads, right? Some job leads also. Uh, and networking, whether and so in the past, when we looked at any attending any networking industry event, it was more like collecting, your visiting cards.
mm,
You're like a
mm,
dispenser. You keep giving your cards and keep collecting, cards of
absolutely.
others. And but that's really not networking, because
Absolutely.
networking is about actually. So from a job perspective, so if you are doing targeted networking, it
Mm,
means you are actually working or networking with people
mm,
who can lead you to some job opportunities. Okay. So it's a great job, search strategy. But if you want to make it more effective, make sure that you are going to the right places, right? If you are going to places where industry, your domain, for example, or professional associations.
mm,
So you will be in touch with people who are closely, these could be people who are already working in the role that you are seeking to. So imagine that you bump into somebody who is working at an X company, and it's in the same role that you are looking for. So
mm,
it's almost like a peer to peer. So you're networking with a prospective peer, and that
absolutely.
person could lead you to a job in his or her own company.
Absolutely. True.
And why should that person do it? That person would do it only when you are creating or connecting, being to being. Sometimes we have this personality, and I'm so and so, and the other
Mm,
person says, oh, I'm so and so. So if it's just a personality meeting another personality, there is no real connection. It's very formal.
mm,
The real connection is always informal. So
true.
when networking is actually making connection with people in an informal way, such that you don't have these barricades of a personality coming in between, but you're basically connecting with the person. You're taking genuine interest in the person, understanding what he or she is doing,
Mm,
and Oh, yes, and then from there you are able to create some kind of a value for that person, which the person remembers, and therefore the person then starts to give you those information or those leads which will help you land a job. So networking is about giving; it is not about taking. So whether you are a salesperson or whether you are wanting to sell something, or whether you're trying to just uh, sell your candidature, the right way is not to sell, the right way is to network, and networking is all
Without
about
agenda in mind, basically.
so
That's, I
give
think,
and not the take. The you will get it,
absolutely.
provided you are
I
giving.
think when you approach somebody with that giving attitude, you yourself don't have that hesitation, because in your mind you're saying, okay, I'm here to give, I'm not here to receive. So any which ways doesn't make a difference. So you know that that mental barriers any which ways get broken, I guess, it's
Right,
probably,
right.
you know, great.
So I
So
like to.
yeah.
So what's the right way, and where do you start networking
Mm,
when your aim is basically to land a job? So we know about, so today we're talking about LinkedIn, we're talking about social media, we're talking about WhatsApp, we're talking about Facebook groups
mm,
where you are interacting with HR professionals. So we are interacting with the right audience. So out for those networking opportunities where you are connecting with people which are the right audience for you. So the more you engage with the right people, with the real people you want
mm,
to work with, you will you are you're going to move towards the results that you are looking forward to.
absolutely.
So talking to people, finding out what they're doing, let them also know that you're looking for a job. Talk about the kind of career, which
Mm,
means that when you're exchanging information, you're asking them what they're looking for, and you say, oh, I can help you there, I know somebody there. And then they are bound to ask you, okay, what are you doing?
mm,
Talk
absolutely.
to people, yes, connect with people,
Mm,
and create some value for them so that they remember you, and then they also direct useful information or useful leads where you can basically go on and land the job that you're in. So basically, if I wanted to, let's say, work for, let's say, TCS, and I wanted to connect with somebody right there, so I could actually have a very specific ask that, do you know somebody there, or do you know somebody who's working in TCS, or do you and if that person that you're interacting with is a TCSer, right?
mm,
Then you could say, okay, great, I would love to work for a Tata Group company, or I would love
mm,
to, look for projects where I can leverage my skills A, B, C, D.
mm,
So these are ways in which you can, share your interest, share your where you really want to go and be,
mm.
and then ask for, the connect where it will make it easier for you to go and now speak to the right person being either the hiring manager or the HR person, the
That's the
recruiting
person.
person.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You touched upon the FB groups and WhatsApp groups briefly. I really wanted to get more details into that, because, I've seen so many WhatsApp groups being created. I've got, I think, about 10 odd on my phone itself. I'm sure everybody and an active job seeker would have at least probably, 10, 20 of those. How to really, because they are so impersonal, WhatsApp groups, you really don't know the guy on the other side. It's just that somebody's posted something, you're applying there. How can you really build on that? Apart, how can you get that personal touch? How can you kind of get to know the guy and get to know the guy better? How can somebody network over such impersonal mediums? Wherein you really don't know the guy on the other side.
So see, there is no end to WhatsApp groups or social media platforms, and I'm talking about Facebook here. There's no
Mm,
end to the kind of groups and forums you can be on. Uh, what I feel is that so most of the times when people reach out to me that please help me with a certain job post, I tell them that create a small post, right? Because on WhatsApp you can't have long posts.
mm,
So create a small post that introduces yourself, gives a brief about that you I mean, obviously it's about looking for, they know that you're looking out for a job, so talk about where you are, what's your qualification, what is not that they can't open but once you get a gist, remember the headline, the skills. If you can just give a gist of that in your post,
mm,
saying I'm so and so and I'm looking for these roles in this region, and I'm available at at this contact number or this email ID,
Hmm.
and then really look forward, to working with, you know, and you could just name the industry in which you want to,
Hmm.
kind of, because you are focused now, which industry, which role, which location. So spell it out there with your contact details and attach your CV and, a professional looking great resume,
Hmm.
and then send it out. So I tell them, send this to me, which I can then just float to the HR platforms, the groups, especially on WhatsApp. And it happens, most of the time, it happens that people will come back to me. So I say, that's the number, that's the email ID. Feel free to connect directly, and you can check out, and it works. It works if, yes, those kind of jobs are currently available in the market,
Hmm.
and that's the best way. So it's like, the person reached out to me, and now through me the person is able to leverage my network.
True.
Why? Because I sent it forward to so many groups,
True.
and then
True.
from those groups people either got calls or got whatever. And then, of course, this is one way of doing it. Similarly on Facebook. So imagine if you are up on Facebook and you have posted your profile, you posted that you are looking for a job, your Facebook profile is going to be checked out.
True.
So you need to make sure that your Facebook profile is showing up the way, a recruiter would look at and say, okay, yeah, this is the right person. So, people judge very quickly. You
Absolutely.
can't avoid it. So just make sure that your social media profile is clean, because that's what the recruiters will look at. They will
True.
not just look you up on LinkedIn, they will look you up
Absolutely.
on Facebook also.
For
So,
me, the
yeah.
best part is I can now see how all of it, what you're saying, is actually connecting within itself. First of all, you have to know what you want. Then, of course, networking comes into the picture. Getting your social presence, social media presence is very, very important, not just on LinkedIn, but on other platforms as well. How you actually communicate with the other guy, how you create your first impression. All these things are actually interconnected. You do one thing wrong, you'll probably you're not doing it right. You do everything together. It's like, everything then comes together, and then obviously you kind of get your dream job accordingly that way.
Mm.
Great.
And of
uh,
course, you're also searching for jobs on the job portals,
hmm,
because on job portals you'll get a good range. You'll get,
hmm,
okay, these many jobs, but
hmm,
then of course it needs to be in your target location. It needs to be so. When you are totally unawares, that can be your starting point to check out what are the kind of jobs, or what kind of people, or what kind of organizations are actually advertising for jobs.
hmm,
So you
hmm,
get an idea, okay, these are the kind of companies, and if you find that, okay, that's the kind of company I want to work for,
hmm,
because flexi also, or whatever, right? We decided what you want is obviously what you want to finally work, because you want to be happy in the next
hmm,
job if
hmm,
you're not happy in your current job. So how do you become aware of openings? How do you scan for jobs? Even on LinkedIn, you have the hashtag option. You can go and check
hmm,
out hashtag, jobs, HR, jobs, finance. You can just scan those hashtags. You can also follow certain companies who are your top five, employers, that, okay, those are the kind of people I want to work for. So make sure that you are following those companies and you're
hmm.
following the updates of those companies. So you get to know about the company, because
True.
even though if you're not looking for an immediate change, but that's the kind of company you want to work for, then make sure that you are, always following them, so that you get to know what the updates are. And so yeah, that's how the platforms can help you narrow down to, what you really want to look for.
Lovely. Great. Thank you so much, Sonali. I think it was wonderful interacting with you, and the kind of inputs even I have received. Some of them have been new from me as well. I'm sure for job seekers, a lot of it is going to be a great help. Thank you so much for your time, and I definitely look forward to connecting with you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.